For many, many years, I dreamt of being a private detective. It was my highest dream of them all. And that day I ended up in my wheelchair. It was like my dream never existed. I pushed it away so hard, so I wouldn't even dare to think of it. But it was easy to take my dream away, because it was a dream that I never talked to anybody about. I never told anybody about, but I loved to read, and I loved to see all the TV shows I could find back at the days about private detectives. And when the internet came, I could look things up, and I could reach for things, and therefore also I became so good at internet. I became good at finding things, to build things, to program things. And for being in that age I was, who wasn't supposed to know things about internet. And my dream kept like a bee swarm going around in my head. And I started to puzzle things together. I started to take things, and I started to reach for things. And my dream really never died. It became a reality of someday I'm going to do it anyway. And it also came to be the one thing that I hanged on in my inner dreams. And when the day came when I learned to know a man who taught me how to ask the questions, and he taught me how to ask the questions in the right way, it was like everything opened for me. And I started to understand how to puzzle things together. And I started to understand how to use my intuition. That day, it was like I woke up. And this last couple of months, when I needed to patch myself together, I needed to use all of those tools I learned along the way. And I needed to use all of those tools to get the emotion to come out, so I did know which way of my path I needed to take to find the answers of what I was seeking for. And today something happened in me. I was out and going around with my wheelchair, doing a lot of things that I needed to do and I needed to do for a while. And I was listening to music at the same time I was driving, and my wheelchair is old and it's going very, 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 very not fast, the opposite of it. And you have a lot of time to think of when you're going to take yourself from A to B. And it was like I had peace in mind today to go through things in my head, things that I have needed to go through for a while, and I started to unconsciously started to puzzle them together, and didn't think of it, didn't know of it. But when I come home, I was pretty tired, and I was sitting in front of my computer in my wheelchair, and I thought that, okay, I do something to eat, and I start to look at some TV show or something. And for the first time in a very, very long time, I took a TV show with detectives in it. And I normally don't watch TV. It's not so often I do. But this time I took a TV show that I haven't seen in many, many years, and I didn't even recognize the actors in it, because it's been a show that have gone on for very, very many years, and they have switched every kind of actor in it. But the old ones were in it, in this part of it, and they were cooperating with the new ones. And they were showing me an episode of something that I remembered from my youth when I grew up. And this was about a murder case. And I was forced to stop the TV show, because if I took the murder case away and I just take the scenery of where they were, I started to remember things from when I grew up. And it's just like the puzzle came right flowing to me and was hitting right like this into the puzzle I have been puzzling in my head when I was driving today, while I was doing the things I was supposed to do when I was out. It was just like it hit me what it was I was looking for, and I've been looking for the last 3 years. It was so revealing inside of me that I can't even explain how it felt. And then I understood. For the first time, I really understood. I understood the whole piece of everything. And it was so releasing. It was so releasing to just be sitting there and, oh, the feeling of wow. You know, the aha feeling of, yeah, this is the way that it's been. And now I just let it go. I can put the pieces behind me, and I can start the last piece of my healing journey that I need to release everything that I'm going to do in my future. And it was just so clear in my head. And I started to record everything I need for that piece to be in the right place. And you know, that aha feeling of, you know exactly what you need to do, what you need to create, what you need to be, and how to stand up for yourself and say, this is me. This is me how I want to be. This is me how I am. And this is me no matter what. Because the answer I got was also the answer of the whole puzzle. And it was like I can glue it together now, and I can put it away. I have learned what I'm supposed to learn in this piece, and now I can take those pieces, what I've learned, and I can make it for what it's going to be in the future. And that thing closes the circle once and for all, so I can go into the new circle and open up everything I need to do for the next part of my life. And the funniest thing is, I said when I turned 50, about a little more 1 year ago, I said, now it's time for the next part of my journey. I have done my first half of my life, and now I'm going to do the next. And it was like my first part was extended, and I couldn't come to do that first part yet. And I have come to realize now that that part wasn't closed. It was the aftermath of it that I needed to take care of, so I could close it up. And today I finally come to that day when I could close it up. So I'm so grateful today for being who I am, for have learned everything I've learned. And no matter who you've been on my journey, you probably teach me a lot of things. And I wish you all the best wishes you can have, no matter who you've been. And I also want to say I'm so grateful for you being in my life, no matter what has been or not been. But I wish you the best life, the best joy, the best happiness you can have in your life. And I say goodbye for now. And this is time for me to close up that part of my life and take the next step to my new life. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being a part of my life. And if we see each other along the road, say hello to me, wave to me, and don't hold any grudge, because life is too short to do that. And I hope you the absolutely best. I hope you have absolutely the best. Now it's time for me to work on a new project I have in my store. A project who's going to be so fun to do. And with that said, see you on the next chapter of my life. Bye for now.